scrappy friends. Welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. This is Hannah with you today, and I am up for Free Flow Wednesday. And Free Flow Wednesday is all about doing your own style. So I am doing my thing, which is painting on my layouts because I love to create my own backgrounds, and I'm going to be adding some layers and stuff. So I am very much inspired this week by the mood board. I really loved that one picture up at the top that looks almost like a chevron-y type of pattern, or like a quilt type of pattern with the gold or like the bronze and the navy. Well, actually it doesn't have bronze. It has like a taupey color and the navy and the coral. So that's what I'm doing. I put gesso on here beforehand, so I just used clear gesso. I actually used like a credit card to put it on really smooth. I really like that when you don't want to use a lot of gesso rather than using the brush, though I do like the brush technique because you get a different look with it. But so this is what it looks like. I ended up cutting up this cut file, and that paper is from Dear Lizzie Serendipity. No, maybe. No, it's not from the Serendipity. Wait, maybe it is. I don't know. It's the cork with like the cork board with the hearts. It might be Serendipity. It was an older paper. And I cut out that cut file from the Cut Shoppe. I'll make sure below that I link their store because Ashley Horton has tons of different designs in her shop that are just really, really fun. And that design reminded me a little bit of some of the pattern that is in the mood board. It's a little bit different, but I thought it reminded me of it. And so I wanted it to kind of have that fun little take. So right now I'm cutting up some paper that is like corally peachy colors. And I'm starting off with this. I'm not trying to be really precise about how I'm cutting it. I'm just kind of cutting it in chunks. That paper there is from Serendipity. So maybe the cork is not from Serendipity. Maybe that was from the other collection. Oh, no, it's from Documentary. It's called New Day. See, I still have the strip. And so now I'm trying to keep them together as I'm putting the tape in because I really like the way the layers look. And I do this even though it's not always as helpful as I think it's going to be, but that's okay. Now, my cluster is a little bit bigger than I was first anticipating, but this is what happens when you build it off of your background. I find that sometimes your layers kind of take over, and if you don't like that, you can always squish your layers in, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm also using some paper from the Starshine collection from Chamel. She has some really nice deep blues that are really similar to that paint that I used, and that was from Studio Calico. I love that color. It's called Deja Vu Blue. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It almost reminds me of like the ocean or like the night sky. It's like a really nice Solarian type of color. So here I am. I'm gluing it down, and I just use my ATG. Hopefully it'll stick forever. I try not to think too much about the fact that sometimes if you don't use enough tape, it'll fall off. But, you know, because I don't want to over tape it. You know what I mean? So I found some frames from We Are Memory. Actually, they might not be from We Are Memory Keepers. They might be Project Life frames. But they're really, really fun, like metallic frames. Or they could be Heidi Swap. I think they came in a clip kit in a past one, and I just didn't use it. And so I'm putting some twine that has a little bit of silver, but I think that metallic will help mix in with the other metallic in that frame. And I'm just kind of picking through some die cuts. I thought there might be more from that collection because they had some blues, but I didn't even end up using those arrows. I'm kind of trying to figure around with that. I would have liked to have been able to use it because it had a wood grain, so it would have brought in a little bit more of the natural look because there's a lot of that going on. I realized I had enough letters to spell out Mrs. K's, which is the name of the restaurant that me and my dad are sitting in. That's my dad on the one side. Um, while I was in New York, one of the places that we used to go to on a regular basis was a diner called Mrs. K's. She makes the best pancakes, apple pancakes, not just pancakes, apple pancakes. They have apple slices and there's homemade applesauce, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. So every time we go there, we have to have that. But she just makes really good breakfast. And so we stopped in there, me and my dad and my mom and my grandma. It's just a picture of me and my dad. So I do have some pictures of them, which I'll be scrapping later. But I figured I'd just use the one picture of me and him because I don't have a lot of pictures of just me and my dad together. Probably because I just don't have a lot of pictures of like my family because we don't see each other very often anymore. So it was really nice to be able to see them when I went to New York and to just get some pictures and to reconnect with my family since I don't see them on a regular basis. That's the one crappy thing about when you live so far away from family, that when you spend the time with your family, you know, you don't get that time and then your time just goes so quick. But it was really nice to go and spend that time in the restaurant. And so here I'm just kind of layering. I'm trying to find some pieces that add a little bit of texture and stuff like this. Piece was from Ellie's Studio and it like ripped off, so it showed the perforation lines on each side. I thought about using that one like journaling card with the tab that I know I'm not showing it now. I thought about using that, and you're gonna see me probably retry to use it again, but I don't end up using it. It just didn't work. And I put that Chamel chipboard piece, and that's like the really thin chipboard. I think she has two different types of chipboard, and I just got the really thin ones. And that's gold. I was going to add that over to the one side cluster that has that life or good stuff and over on the side, but I just don't know. I thought with the two other words there, it just kind of just didn't seem to work, so I put it up next to Mrs. K's, and I thought it helped use up that open space that, like, it's open space on this photo that you don't really need to see. I mean, it's just the background of where she has her specials are, and, you know. So it was kind of fun. Here I'm playing with that tag again, and I move it all around because I'm just not quite sure. I thought the best place was over near that good stuff tag, but I just didn't really want to cover that up too much because I did add the staple. I thought about putting it on the side, and it probably would have worked there too if I had added another like strip of like paper or something, but I really wasn't wanting to add anything else. This is pretty busy, and so I just really want to keep everything right where all those layers are pretty much, so that it just keeps everything in, and that's just where your eye is. I'm only going to be doing a little tiny bit of journaling. I'm just adding the year with these, even though I do add the date on that little tag that I put the twine on. Later, I'll write the journaling after I'm off screen. And then what else do? I add some, oh yeah, I add these sequins, and then I'm going to add some black and gold color shine. I wanted to say Heidi Shine because Adele says that all the time. But yeah, I do add these gold sequins. I thought it needed just a little bit more gold, and just every once in a while I have to add the sequins. I just can't help it. So I think this is just about it. I am sorry that these close-up photos don't look that great because I had to take them at night, and it was just really cloudy this afternoon anyway. So they're not amazing, but if you go over to the blog, I'll make sure that I have better pictures that I'll put up from during the day. And I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys don't forget to come back and check out all the other ladies. We have a lot of new design team members this season, and they're all starting to post their stuff, and they're amazing and very inspiring. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye!